Now, these days, almost anything is available to buy online, from a new handbag right through to your weekly shop. But would you buy a puppy from the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, online.
Yeah. Okay, so this week a vet was found guilty of helping a gang sell thousands of puppies, illegally bred puppies, from a so-called puppy farm. He did that by issuing false paperwork for the dogs. The dogs aren't vaccinated or winged or whatever they're supposed to be, and just awful. But anyway, in the studio now we've got Rebecca Reid. Rebecca fell victim to this scam, and she's here alongside her little dog Max. And it's a lovely story. It's a lovely story, really, which we're going to tell shortly. And Beverly Cuddy is here as well. Hiya, Beverly. Beverly's campaigned against puppy farms for 28 years. Beverly, do you know what I object to? I object to this word farm, because it sounds like, oh, it's lovely, they all romp about,
yes,
and it's all lovely, it's in the
countryside.
countryside, and let's go to a farm and get our dog.
Well, these days that farm is in Lithuania or Romania. These dogs are travelling thousands of miles to be sold on like things. It's awful.
And just before we get into Max's story, which is incredible, but just will you highlight for me, because if you go to buy a dog and you think, I'm going to a farm, how can you tell the difference between a legitimate breeder or somebody and somebody isn't? Because what I want to get through to people is a bitch dog, female dog, which is constantly pregnant, maybe delivering hundreds and hundreds of little pups in its lifetime. It's absolutely ghastly.
It is awful. At the moment, it's really hard for the public, and that's what we're trying to campaign for. We're trying to ban third-party sales of dogs. So pet shops or online, where people are posing as either breeders or actually have just brought in puppies to sell on. It would really take the profit out of puppy farming, because at the moment, if you intensively farm puppies, usually in the middle of nowhere, if you can only sell direct from your premises, people will see that premises. Will they be able to see the horrible conditions these dogs are being reared in?
So where do you go? What's your dilemma? If you don't go to a shop, if you don't go buy online, where do you buy from?
Well, the first thing to think of is, don't forget rescues have puppies too.
Yes.
And breed clubs also have breed rescue, and you can get dogs through rescue. Try and go through recommendation. Any dog online, if it's got a mobile phone number, Google that mobile phone number. See how many more times they're advertising puppies for sale, because very often if they've got multiple accounts and they're selling lots and lots of puppies,
but are
they're
breeders
dealers.
registered? So if I know I want a particular breed, say I want a Labrador, is it the Kennel Club have accredited breeders? Is that where you should look?
There is a scheme through the Kennel Club, but only a very small number of people are using it. So that is not the complete solution, sadly. It really is a case of buyer beware. Treat everyone with caution.
Well, Rebecca, you were a buyer, so Max is looking beautiful.
Max looks beautiful,
but he has
happy
been
and healthy.
so sick. Tell us how you found him, how you went to buy him, and what you found.
Yeah, I mean, as a family, we spent a lot of time researching what dog would suit our home, and we have another dog already, so we wanted to get it right. And we found an advert on the internet, as many of us do. So we phoned the number, and yeah, we went to view the puppies.
And when you got there, what did you think of the house, the people?
Fine, yeah, nice family home, very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I mean, these are professionals, these people, so yeah, they can answer every question you throw at them.
Yeah. What about paperwork, vaccinations, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we were actually shown the vaccination card and the pedigree for his parents when we went on the first visit.
Did you see the mother?
Yep, and father.
Oh,
So,
both?
well,
Alleged.
alleged mum and dad.
But here's the point, just to get down to the point, that you bought a very ill dog, and it's ill through either not having the right vaccinations or through being inbred,
Yep,
or
correct.
just absolutely ghastliness going on here. And one of the things that, if I'm right, Rebecca, is that, like a lot of people, you felt sorry maybe for the weak-looking dog, the sick-looking dog, the dog with the big eyes. And that's something, actually, Beverly, that people shouldn't succumb to, isn't it?
I think that's the problem, is that all of us, as soon as we lock eyes on a puppy, our brains go to mush.
Yeah.
And it's impossible for us to insist that the public walk away. I think the only thing we can do is remove the profit from puppy farming, get rid of their market, and don't put people in this impossible situation.
Right, let's hear what was wrong with...
How much did you have to spend on him? Because he was so ill.
Well, with what we paid for him, it was over £6,000.
So what you paid for him in the vet's bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, now this poor little doggy had he was just genetically wrong. Tell us what was wrong inside, because the story, when you read the story of how sick he was and how he died, and most people I think would have given up on Max, and in fairness, you did not, right?
Very lucky.
And you went through and you paid all these bills, and you sorted this little dog out through big operations. So tell us what was missing.
He was actually fine the day we picked him up. Didn't have any queries at all about his health. But within 17 hours of bringing him home, he collapsed, and he spent the next sort of 3 weeks in the veterinary hospital, on and off, in and out, until he was diagnosed. It was trying to find what was wrong with him, because, you know, there's so many tests they need to do to rule out, you know, and he couldn't eat. So he was being fed through a tube, and then he was diagnosed with esophagus, so his esophagus didn't function. So
Would that be just kind of inbred, bad breeding? Why would that be,
This puppy
Beverly?
was much younger than he was advertised at. He was advertised at 9.5 weeks, 5.5 weeks old. So think, at 5 weeks, this puppy was dragged across Europe in a van, squashed next to loads of other puppies that had been bred in terrible circumstances. It's lucky this dog didn't catch something else as well.
Yeah.
And it's been bred without love. It's been bred just for profit, and we've got to stop that.
And also, just one other thing, they asked for cash.
yes,
That should be a warning bell, shouldn't it?
Yeah, but again,
Cash only.
that seems to be quite common.
yes, it
does
is.
it?
Yeah, it
because
is.
they're worried about being scammed the other way, that people will
Yeah.
cancel their payment. I think the thing is don't go and look. As soon as you look, you're lost. Even if you think you've met a bad person,
So do your research.
and get behind the campaign to ban this practice.
There's a petition, isn't there?
Yes,
that you've organised?
the Lucy's Law petition was the fastest growing one ever. We've got 100,000 within less than 2 weeks, which means it will be debated in Parliament. But we need people to keep signing, because MPs need to know that we will love them if they make
They
this
love our
change.
dogs.
Yeah.
Because for 28 years we've been trying to get rid of puppy farming. This is the nearest we've ever got. We're almost there. If we all unite on this, we will mean that dogs like this
Hello.
are never ever put.
Well,
in
we're
the
very
forefront
glad
of
you're better.
What breed
That's good.
is Max, Rebecca?
He's actually a Cavachon, but he was advertised as a Cavapoo.
Well,
But once again, as a puppy, as
He's
a
lovely.
small puppy,
Yeah.
you
It's a
wouldn't
fluffy
re-
puppy, you
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
know. No.
exactly.
he's lovely,
So
and more importantly,
We're
he's
so glad
healthy.
he's well
And
again.
as Beverly was saying,
Yeah.
remember, I would say, adopt, don't shop. But
Absolutely,
that's
yeah.
just
Thank
me.
you.
yeah,
Thank you, Max.
We'll take the break there. Harry Hill's here as we enter this morning's fun capsule